Welcome back to the Tahoe Real Estate Show. Carl Hasty from the Tahoe Transportation District. Carl, we were talking a little bit about the Loop Road and the district. For someone maybe just tuning in, give us a quick overview again.
For Loop Road, as it's referred to commonly, is really our community revitalization project at the state line area, realigning a 1.1 mile section of US 50 around. But it's several projects in one, which includes housing, what's called complete street through the core, making that a local street, and just helping the whole through flow and the attraction of the place.
A lot more community benefits in this project. Tell me about some of those benefits.
Well, I think especially the housing kind of part of this. This has become even more prominent, and today with the issues that we see with housing, with a robust economy again, me even as an employer for TTD, we have issues. So what we call transit-oriented development is really what we're focusing on in the US 50 project, but not there alone. There are other locations at South Shore, like at the Y, where that kind of development is encouraged, that we're also looking at, and these are the types of transportation improvements that the district is here to do.
One of the most common complaints that I heard this summer from business owners was the availability of a good workforce, and a lot of that tied into affordable housing. Tell me more about the affordable housing component. It
really does. This is a fact that all of us employers are facing, including the district. We can attract people, but once they find out the housing situation, then we end up losing them. And it's tough enough with having enough people, but the housing really is key. We need affordable workforce housing in the base. The district can't solve all of that, but we have an important role to play, and my board and I are ready to do that.
You recently had a workshop in October asking for community input. What were some of the results?
This was a design workshop relevant to our US 50 project, and this is where we wanted to start shifting to it. So we wanted to know about people, how they access the area, where do they park, how do they walk to the area, what kind of safety issues do they have, bike and pedestrian types of issues. So it was pretty insightful starting to get that kind of input. It's going to help us on the design side, and this is not the last time we'll do this. We're going to do that more, but it really was some good ideas about where they have conflicts, and particularly with cars and things like that, or even just patterns.
If you want more information, what's the best online resource?
The best online resource is going to go to our website. That's where we try to keep that as up to date as possible. And there's also an ability to get on a kind of an email list if you want to know more about what's going on relevant to projects here at the South Shore or other projects that we have going on around the basin and have been part of.
Yep. This is pretty exciting, being a South Shore resident, long-term resident here, to actually see some action where we're actually working on making this, reality instead of just, it's pie in the sky or a dream.
Yeah.
What's the timeline?
The timeline is we're headed to decision here, probably the beginning of the next calendar year. We've concluded the public input process for that, and so once we get to a decision, then we can start moving into the next phases, which is design and acquisition and things like that. That'll take a couple years in and of itself. So this is going to take a good 5 years for us to arrive at the kinds of things that we need to do, starting with the replacement housing.
Best way to get in touch with you if anyone has any questions, or folks at the district?
Our contact information again is on our website, and you can find us through there. We will be happy to respond and get back to you as soon as we can.
Carl, thanks for taking the time to come in and talk about this project. It's exciting to see that it actually nearing a reality here in the community.
Thank you for having us. We're just happy to be part of it.
All right, that's going to do it for this week's edition of the Tahoe Real Estate Show. We'll see you next week.